In this panel, as he's writing, he's smiling to himself. Obviously, the sun and the horizon looks like a freaking straw hat. It's not even like obscure. It's obvious that
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So, little cool detail.
Bro, I didn't even notice that, bro. That my guy is always picking shit up, bro. That's crazy.
It's like that's the sun in any panel. I just think Nika, Luffy, what's going on? It's like it's a Pavlov response at this point, bro.
Yeah. That's
so.
True.
俺はルフィ海賊王になる男だ
Hey guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Thank you.
What's good, y'all? It is your boy, Mr. G, hosting today's episode of Strawhat Sitdown. We are on episode 90. Woo!
Let's go.
Yo, 10 away from a hundo, baby.
10 away.
So, as you guys notice, it's not the usual crew. Cali Mac is not feeling well today, so my brother, please feel well, so do better, and then, we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
And D3, doing his Bartholomew Kuma, going to church, and we love you, and can't wait till you come back for one of the future pods, bro.
Absolutely.
So we had to change. I wanted to change the pick to Kuma because it's only fitting.
Okay, it's a good pick in my opinion. Shit is fire.
Yeah, and I put up the wanted posters too because why not? Shit.
Fire. Yeah,
But,
stream is looking amazing, bro. Thank you so much.
Of course, I'm always ready. I was on early, had to get it ready. So for today's episode, big 90, and I had a show out. So to my right, we got Straw Hat Mod. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. This chapter was pretty hype, so I'm definitely ready to talk about it. Damn, that's all I gotta say. It's so much shit.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Yes, sir. And last but not least, as you already know, it's our boy YHuss. What's good, bro?
What's good, man? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Just like Ma said, excited for this chapter. One Piece has just been crazy. I was feeding so hard for this chapter, and none of the things that I expected happened. And I'm still and now I'm feeding even more. So I'm really happy. I have a small shout out today. My brother got me a figure. It's actually Teen Gohan doing father-son Kamehameha.
Yo!
I came home last night from locals and it was on my desk. I was like, what the hell? So shout out my big bro, man.
Shout out.
I have amazing brothers, man. I love them very much. So in a flashback of our family, it makes you think about that kind of stuff. So,
hey, no, of course.
Out, man. I'm doing good. I appreciate all you guys too, man. You guys are my brothers as well. So
no, of course. Thank you. No, that's awesome. Also, shout out to my cousin. Since you just started the shout out, I forgot about shout outs. My cousin Lauren.
I saw it. I was like, oh, I got a prompt today.
So shout out to my cousin Lauren for graduating in psychology in college. So God bless. Thank God. And my old man, he was in the hospital, but he's doing better, and he's actually getting out today. So thank God. And shout out to Mod. Thank God you're here with us, bro. Yeah, you told us some crazy stories behind scenes, but so happy you're here, bro. Oh, mad love to you.
I do want to say it's funny that we lost Mod last week, and then we lost Callie, and then we got Mod back. We're like trading in Straw Hat members, man.
Yeah. Fucking 3-man weave again, yo. But
it'd be like that, like the actual Straw Hat Pirates, where sometimes like you don't get the whole crew, you get
you get some.
This is the whole cake arc.
Right.
You really see the camaraderie amongst everyone like differently, because everyone, someone's got to step up to lead, or things change, roles change, and we adapt.
That's life, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah. So, you were saying, YHuss, and you were in things that you were not expecting to happen. Well, I'm gonna get my props because I had said in the last episode something was gonna happen with Bonney and the old lady.
You got it, bro. You was right, bro.
I got it. So I'm coming for my flowers. We'll definitely get there when we do. But today, to start off the chapter, YHuss will be the one going through the read-through for today's chapter of 1101 to Bonney.
Man, what a time, man. What a time. Yes. 1101, man. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's get into it. The Viz Media doesn't have the Shonen Jump cover, but the Shonen Jump was Luffy on a snowboard. That was pretty cool in my opinion.
Yes.
But this cover page, man, the Vegapunks, we finally have all their designs and their colors. Really cool. We did get Lilith in that little anime teaser thing. We saw a bit of her, so that's cool. But now we have everyone else, Rest in peace, a lot of these people. But hey, we'll move on, man. Getting right to the chapter though, starts off where we left off at the end of last week. Well, which I think we can say was a bit of a feint from Oda because we didn't get too much here.
We didn't. Yeah.
But we do see the absolute greatest to ever do it, young Luffy doing Gum Gum axe or battle axe. Kuma just looking on as these crocodiles and tiger monsters are shook. And Kuma thinks to himself while he's watching, and he thinks back to a conversation he had with Dragon and Mod. We're talking about the official versus TCB. This is a big change. He says to Dragon here that I couldn't help but notice you, yourself, Dragon, traveling to a little village at the edge of its country and watching a particular young lad. And in this TCB, he actually says to him, as we remember this week, he actually said to him in TCB, like, I saw this random kid. That's pretty interesting to me, Dragon. You're always here, so like, is there a connection? It's kind of like he was putting stuff together. But in this one, he straight up says, Dragon, you're watching this little kid. So that's a huge difference. And it means Dragon has been looking out for Luffy, at least as a kid. He didn't completely dip. Even though he had a revolution to run, he still, checked in on him. So huge change there.
He beat the allegations, bro. He ain't a deadbeat dad, bro.
He
ain't YHuss. Sure. Nah.
He still has something to beat though.
I'm about to say, like, you said, he's that barely crosses the threshold. You couldn't imagine in real life if someone was like that, like, they don't actually go see him or nothing, like physically talk to them or nothing. They're just looking. Like that counts. Like
that shit don't fucking count, bro. But yeah, we'll give it to him for now. He needs everything he can get, man. But on to the next one though. Dragon. This is in my opinion one of the most interesting lines. He says,
"One second, YHuss. My cat hit the. I just want to apologize before she hit one of the buttons and it caused me to go to my be right back screen. So for those of you that were watching on YouTube, I apologize."
Do we still have audio?
Yeah, we still have audio and everything. So it was just like the screen changed to the be right back because they hit my stream deck, but.
Was it Killua? Was it Rayleigh? Who was it, man?
It was Haru.
Haru, man.
Yeah, she's always the one. She's the one in the back, in the black, in the back there, always causing mischief, bro.
They're too cute, so we'll forgive them, man.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But so the dragon line I thought was so interesting. He says, Kuma, keep going if you want to see me dead.
Yes.
And Kuma always taking it back. He's like, what are you talking about? He says, children are a vulnerability for any parent, and TCB calls them a weak spot. So this line here really gives a lot of insight, I think, into who Dragon is and why he did what he did in terms of his relationship with Luffy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So Kuma just says, you know what, man, I understand. And obviously Kuma has a kid at this point, so I assume he might have a kid at this point. But yeah, so big line. So he just keeps just monitoring Luffy, seeing what he's up to. Luffy's obviously hyped. He's talking about that, how this sick ability is what he's going to use when someone tries to take away his crewmates when he gets them in the future. And by the way, Battle Axe, we'll see very soon in the Runback Mysta, obviously the next arc or 2 arcs from now, versus Arlong.
Yep.
He used the Battle Axe to
be
Arlong trying to take away Nami. So yeah, that was a big scene. I'm glad Oda came back to this. So while he's talking to him, his snail phone rings, and so it pops away. And Luffy hears it or notices and turns around, says, I felt something that made me shiver. And then he just, in Luffy fashion, says, you know what, fuck it, next one. I don't really care. On to whatever else is left on the island. So that was all we got from the Luffy scene. But I think it'll serve I think in my opinion, though it seems small, I think it'll serve some big purpose. Even in this chapter, we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But now we get, and guys, feel free to cut me off anytime you want to notice something.
I did, I know we didn't mention it in the last part, but I remember I hit you up, YHuss. I texted you afterwards, and I was like, "Damn, I forgot to mention the fact that like Kuma is friends with Dragon, so he would know that might be his son, right? So
yeah, and here we get literal confirmation
of that. So yeah. So
yeah, you were in your bag, bro. You were in your bag. I'm not gonna lie, you've been calling some stuff, bro.
Yeah, shit. Prognosticator,
bro. So back to Kuma, just doing his warlord duties actually. So he gets a call about pirates attacking his ship, and he gets into the ship, but instead of attacking the pirates like the government wants, he just helps them. He brings their injured to a hospital, and then actually the night of, he comes back and then he deals with the pirates. He's like, yo, give yourselves up, turn yourselves in. So it kind of shows that despite the government saying, yo, come in, why aren't you attacking the pirates? He's like, you know what's important is the people. So even though we've heard he's the most obedient warlord, he still doing it his own way.
And he's disobeying them, so
Exactly.
showing his free will. Yeah.
Perfect. So it moves on. He writes more to Bonney, and he says, "The world is full of more beautiful and wondrous sights than any book or picture could describe. I wish I could see you react to the Bonney. It makes me want to cry." In this panel, as he's writing, he's smiling to himself. Obviously, the sun and the horizon looks like a freaking straw hat. It's not even like obscure. It's obvious that don't do that.
Yeah.
So little cool detail.
Bro, I didn't even notice that, bro. That my guy is always picking shit up, bro. That's crazy.
It's like I see the sun in any panel. I just think Nika, Luffy, what's going on? It's like it's a Pavlov response at this point, bro.
Yeah.
So we go to Sorbet, back home, Bonney, and she's just doing the kid thing. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here yet? Is it here yet? And there's nothing there, sadly. There's no letter. And they say, maybe he's busy, maybe the news are messing up, but she's like, no, he's told me he would write. And they keep trying to, say it's gonna happen, don't worry. And we see this letter gets to the Sorbet, and Alpha, the CP8 agent, picks it up, a newspaper and a letter. And she tells this guy, put something in the church box. And so we get to the church box, and Bonney says, any letters? So no, there's none. So we see that Alpha has been taking them out, ripping them to shreds for months. This is oh man.
It's hella unnecessary too. It's like, why? Like y'all already got everything y'all wanted out of Kuma in the sense of obedience. It's just so shitty. Like they just do so much in their power to make us hate them even more. Like it's just you got him to take away his free will. He's a warlord, so he's working for you now. And on top of that, he can't even see his daughter up to the point that he actually dies.
Yep.
And
now you're ripping letters. Like why? Like this is so unnecessarily cruel.
Bro,
I think specifically also I think the CP9 agents didn't treat Robin this badly. Like this person is, I almost called it a terrible word. This person is such a bastard. Like she just thrives on making Bonnie's life hell. So yeah, it's terrible, man.
Bro, the Gorosei, Saturn gave Kuma 3 conditions. Right, there's another 4 hidden conditions. There's it's crazy. He can't go back to visit her during the 6 months that he had left of any free will, right? And he can't even write to her, which he wasn't even told, mind you, right? Because this lady's just doing it.
I think she's just doing it. Yeah, I don't even think she got orders to do it. She's just doing it. I think she's just a piece of garbage, bro.
Ugh.
Terrible, man. It's terrible, bro.
Giving me Dolores Umbridge vibes. I hate that. I hate that.
Perfect example.
Bro, I hated Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah, man. Who did not,
maybe more than Voldemort. I'm not gonna lie. But I hated her so much. So
no, I hated her because I hate characters like that where they just basically pick me's. They just they just here for the establishment. They don't represent nothing of themselves or something like that, or their whole identity is involved with whatever they're a part of, and it's just it's so ugly to look at because it's where's your own sense of dignity, free will? At least Voldemort had something,
he's doing it for himself. People like Alpha are just haters for no reason, bro.
Just hating.
Watch her, not make her life hell. Yeah.
Dude, this is the worst. But yeah, those are the vibes I was getting, and that's why she's on the hated list, along with the other CP agent guy, the one with the elephant. What's his name? The elephant sword.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Spando.
Patooey, you trash.
No, perfect, bro. F that guy. but yeah, so we see that she's. Oh man, we see the end of the letter, man. Lastly, Bonney, as I've said so many times, I send you all the love in the world. I will write again. Oh man. Anyway, so Bonney, trying to take out some aggression, she turns into her big form and says, "Let's fight Gyogo." And then Gyogo is like, "Man, what about the Jenga, dog? We can't just play some Jenga, man." And as they're scrapping and Bonnie's just beating the life out of this guy, Alpha walks in, but Bonney instantly turns back into her normal form. And Alpha noticed, she looked huge to me. We get to see Alpha giving Bonney some medicine, and Bonnie's like, "Oh, it's so gross." And she's like, "Oh, that's how you know it's working," and thinks to herself, "And if only she knew it's just bitter syrup. And I think we have to go back to what Mod said. Why are you doing this? What are you getting?
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. Like what? Like why? It is just it's so unnecessary to be going out of your way like that. Like trust me, if that was my job and I was a CP9 agent and my job was to watch her, just check in on her every once in a while, do what you and then do what you
worried about, bro.
Yeah, like why are you going out of your way to be this like this terrible? Yeah, and it's a girl that's already like was sick that she already never going to see her father again and all this other, this too. So it's just like this is the type of person that you just gotta slap. Like
absolutely, man, absolutely. So we actually get to see that Connie, the old woman, is making sure that they don't let the government know that Bonney has these abilities.
Yo, real quick, I'm confused, bro. How is Bonney having this muscle form like this, bro? She got the HH fruit. That doesn't mean that she can. That doesn't mean she can.
Wait to the end of the chapter.
All right, fine. We'll wait. But
there's so much to say about this, man. There's so much to say about this.
Okay. All right.
So we get to go. We go to Egghead, and Egghead looks much more put together than last time we saw it. We see actually the bottom phase where Luffy was fighting Atlas. We see what it looks like now. So people are like, "Oh, that's amazing, Doctor. It's already done." And he just says, "After this, I'll just use island clouds to make the lab and brain float." So and then the lab phase that he's talking about, and Punk Records above them in the present time. So he's telling them the ideas about what's going to happen. He says the truth is half of what you see is actually a hologram. This had been my plan for Punk Hazard, truth be told. So we get to hear that he wanted to do that, but then Caesar obviously made sure that didn't happen.
Yep.
Oh, and look who's here. Stussy, the clone. She says, "Oh,
yep.
you've gotten a fresh cut." And he says, "So that I can fly away." And she talks to Kuma. She says, "Kuma, are you really going to lose your free will? I wonder which is worse off, a clone with her own will or a real human with none." I have to say here, TCB made a wild translation decision and said, "I wonder who has a more checkered fate, me or you." But a checkered fate is people that are described with the will of D, like as Sengoku said to Law, said the people of D always follow a checkered fate. And then the Gorosei said about Sabo in 1086, Sabo is always with people of the D, and that's why he has a checkered fate. Like it's something that we hear about when it comes to the will of D. So the like them using that there, and clearly it wasn't in the Japanese. It was I'm not happy about that oversight is what I'm gonna say. So that was a big change as well.
I feel that.
More conversation from Vegapunk's ideas on what a human is. He's like, "Stop that, Sissy. You are a human being." And
we also see that he did the operation on himself too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
His brain is somewhere on the island. So Kuma asks some questions. He says, "What does it mean to lose my free will, Vegapunk?" He says, "You're going to be following orders, and if they had to tell you, like, if they told you right now, would you kill a child?" Obviously, and Kuma doesn't even respond. He's like, Vegapunk says, and he's implying that without free will, you would. He says you lose all your memories and human emotions you've gained to this point in your life. But another big change here. Vegapunk in both translations says that you're going to retain some free will until it's over. Until the last year, like the very end, you will retain some. It's not going to be a complete wipe.
That explains he gave him like an extra year, and that explains him going to Subodhi.
Yes, you got it, bro.
Going to and then also protecting the ship for those 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. So we now we know why. But here in the official, he says, "I'll make certain that you can maintain this." But in the GCB, it just kind of says like it's gonna happen as if it's a side effect. But I like this translation more, and it's saying that like I specifically am making sure you have this time. So I think that's another big change from GCB to the official. And Kuma hears this, he just starts penning a letter, and he says, "I'll keep sending them for as long as I can. I love Bonney. I have another year to write out an entire life's worth of emotions to her." And Sassy's like, "Oh, that's so sweet." Kuma thinks to himself, "She's gonna be 9 now. I bet she's so big." And we see the end of the letter. I don't know, or the beginning of the letter actually. I don't know when this letter might reach you, but happy birthday. I'm ready to for Vegapunk's lab, and we know she doesn't get it. I just want to say, because this is the last time we see a letter, I think, that I was so sad about this, I was so angry about Alpha, but then I thought about it, is that Bonney sees these memories, so she gets to see the letters in the end. So
that's true.
I didn't think about that.
Damn, that's a good point, bro.
It makes me feel a bit better, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good. F Alpha anyway, though.
Yes.
So they're talking about her 9th birthday. Boom, back to Sorbet. Bonney, happy birthday. They're all celebrating. Connie made a huge pizza for her, and she's enjoying it so much, and everyone has such a good time that they all knock out at the end of the night.
Damn, I
And
want some
Bonnie,
pizza, bro. I'm not gonna
I feel
lie.
that.
I'm kind
I
of
feel that.
hungry.
I feel that, bro. Bonnie takes the opportunity to go check for a letter, and obviously there's nothing there. And she sits down. She looks sad. She says, "Don't you know I'm 9 now, Dad?" And she just starts crying. You said you'd write me letters. This is, I think, one of the saddest panels in the flashback. It hurt me so much, bro.
Yeah, it did.
And like I said, we know she gets them. So thank God bless, bro. Half a year passed without a single letter reaching her, and we get to see the Baltigo, the Revolutionary Army, and someone's responding to a call saying, "Kuma saved you again," and the call says, "Yeah, he helped with the army, but then he left without saying a word. He just dipped." And I think this is Dragon on the call saying, "If that's what Kuma wants, don't go after him. I'm sure he has his reasons. Once he can't tell us." And actually, I'll just keep going. I'll bring this up after. So back to Sorbet. Bonnie saying, "I'm all better. The stones are completely gone. Like, let me go outside now. Vegapunk said I could." And Alpha, this piece of garbage, saying, "You can't. We're under instructions to care for you until your 10th birthday." She obviously brings up that Vegapunk said I could. Blah blah blah. So hearing this, Connie tells them all. She lets them in. She says, "Guys, Alpha and her people are agents of the government, and that while they were drinking in town, one of them let it slip." And they just keep talking about why this might be the case, but they're saying it makes no sense that they keep you locked inside, and it doesn't make sense also that Kuma would not send any letters. And Bonnie's like, "Yeah, it doesn't make any sense." So Connie gives her her blessing. I've already told them about it. The people, Gyogyo and them. Go to the harbor, Bonnie. Go to sea and find your father. She tells Bonnie, Gyogyo and his crew aren't ordinary fishers. They're legendary ruffian fishers who strike fear into pirates and beasts alike. They'll help you reach Kuma. And Bonnie walks off, but Connie is the one leaving, and so Alpha obviously says, "Oh yeah, go ahead, ma'am. Good to see you." But we know it's Bonnie. Yep. And shout out to Mysta. This is all you, bro. You said this shit last chapter. How exactly she would get out, and that's how she got out.
Yes, sir.
You got it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Call that shit
Nice.
out. Before Arturo tweeted that out, just saying.
Yeah, no, you had it. That was. Oh no, you had it.
Yeah.
I love these few pages, these few panels as well. She's walking. She says, "I'm outside. There's dirt and grass, the sky, the sun." And this panel of these people watching Bonnie saying, "Bonnie's walking in the light of day. There really is a God. I never thought this day would come." Oh, those lines hit, man. Oh,
yeah.
So she gets to the harbor. She's not even walking this one. She's straight up running this way. Bonnie. And we learn a bit more of her crew's name. Yo-Yo. We know Yo-Yo, but we heard Toss and Potato. Toss is probably Toss and Potato.
Yeah,
That's funny. I just thought about that.
What is Yo-Yo? Yo-Yo is definitely something.
Yeah, Yo-Yo is definitely something. I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's like has to do with fishing or something. And Bonnie's just like, "Look, I'm outside. I can't believe it." And now Alpha discovers that where's Bonnie? And then Connie in her Bonnie's clothes says, "Look, it's me. I'm Bonnie." So very funny switcheroo shenanigans happening. So the Junior Bonnie pirates set sail. And the ship is decorated like a pizza. They put in a lot of work for her, man. But there's obviously Alpha can't let them have happiness, so she's running after them.
The way you described that.
She says, "If you attempt to escape, I have authorization to use non-lethal force, blah, blah, blah." And then she starts flying at them using the 6 powers. I'm shocked Gyogyo knew what that was, by the way. And then Bonnie thinks to herself, "What's happening? Hey, Daddy, what does Nika look like?" And he says, "Well, no one really knows. But," and then Bonnie jumps in the air, uses distorted future, her arm becomes huge. It looks like her muscle form in this panel only.
Yeah, it does.
But then they're like, Bonnie? So they're shocked. It's like, it can't be just her muscle form. And we hear Kuma saying to Bonnie, some very familiar words, by the way. It said his body had properties like rubber and he fought however he fancied. And Bonnie uses distorted future, Nika-like future, and honestly uses a Gear 3 punch to her face.
Yes!
Yes!
There's no better way to describe it, honestly. This is so righteous, but honestly, we needed Alpha to get way worse. I'm not gonna lie. So at the end of the chapter, as Alpha, I feel like we've never seen like this panel of her getting punched. I feel like we've never seen such a recall of chapter page. It's so fire of her face caved in. She needed way worse though. The escape of Bonnie, the hostage, was related to the government at once, and eventually, the fishing boat in search of her father transformed into a pirate ship in the New World, much like Luffy's. End of chapter. Break next week. Banger, man. Let's hear upfront thoughts. Talk to me. What were you guys thinking at the end of the chapter?
Bro.
First of all, that shit was crazy because the parallel that she channeled gear third punch, and the parallels between her doing a gear third punch to a CP9 agent, and funny enough,
you're spinning, bro.
Yeah. So the first time we ever got introduced to gear third, was Luffy punching the CP9 agent.
Yep.
So
that is a good point.
yeah, but no, and the fact that she's able to channel a future where she's like got Nika properties makes me think so much of her devil fruit now. Like at first I thought it was just timelines that had like I thought she could channel like a distorted future where like it's in the realm of possibility, because before she channeled like her muscular form, and that and come to find out that muscular form is mostly because of like her envisioning like her being Kuma's child, like a buccaneer basically,
Okay.
which made sense. But this has nothing to do with that. Like so it's like, so I'm really curious to how Bonnie's power like fully works, because this is very interesting. Like channel she said distorted future, give me like a Nika-ish future. Like what it like what does
she had
that
no
mean?
idea. Yeah, she's like, I guess, you know, like
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it makes sense because Kuma says like no one really knows, so it's like like a bit of a guess. So it makes sense that it's like Nika-like.
Yo,
man, this was my like life changing, bro. What's up, Miss? Talk to me, bro.
so something just hit me, right? You know how they talk about like mythical fruits are sentient beings, right? Like the devil fruits, like they have like their own will and shit like that.
Zoans as a whole is what they said, yeah.
Right. Well, so
Yeah.
I don't think hers is the HH fruit anymore, obviously. But
Bro.
what if that fruit kind of like knows Luffy's fruit? That's why I was able to like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird because like the fact that like Mod, how you said, she just said Nika-ish, Nika-like. You know what I mean? Like she had no idea exactly what Nika is, but she still was able to get this form out. You know, so like. I don't know. It's crazy because like, what if devil fruits were like the beings themselves turned into devil fruits? Like Joy Boy was turned into a devil fruit, right? And what if this one was like one of his crewmates or something like that knew him?
Yeah.
And like,
I think I brought up the word choice of Kuma saying that his body had properties like rubber and he fights. And another way that this is we've seen this said is that in combat he's only bound by his imagination.
Yeah.
And we've seen it when in 1044. That's how the Gorosei described Luffy's abilities. And in chapter, it was I think 1065 when Luffy is fighting Lucci and Vegapunk is describing what he thinks devil fruits are, and he uses the words. He says something along the lines of devil fruit users live in a realm of boundless imagination, all of them being potential futures of created from our desires. Potential futures is a huge, in my opinion, huge word to use.
Yeah.
When we think about Bonnie's ability, you guys remember when Bonney, when they see the Mark III Pacifista, and Bonney stops Luffy from attacking it, and they spy, and then the next chapter we see that the way she stopped them was by turning them all old, and then Luffy in that page had a little like a text like name bubble that said Monkey D. Luffy, age 70, possible future. He didn't look at all. You know when Oda draws the Strawhats in the age 40 and 60, he didn't look like that at all. He looked like the bad version, right? So Bonnie's abilities are, I think, and like this is the arc where we're learning a lot about devil fruits. We hear about that explanation from Vegapunk, and Bonney is doing this kind of shit where she's showing these possible futures. I think there's way more to her abilities than we know even just now. And I'm gonna pause something, guys. I'm gonna pause something crazy. I don't think she had a devil fruit.
Wait, you don't think she got a devil fruit?
I don't think she had a devil fruit. I think she just attained these powers somehow through her immense desire. I know, wild.
What?
I know you mentioned something like this last episode.
Yeah. So Maud, you missed it because I wanted to bring up from 2 chapters ago how Bonney was running around the church and then suddenly she just became old, right? And they were like, "Yo, when did you eat a devil fruit?"
Yeah. And we were like, it wasn't shown. Like Oda didn't show us what she ate.
Yeah, we never saw it. And there's another line I learned about yesterday. It was not another line, but like in that page, when they ask her, "Did you eat a strange fruit?" she looks at them puzzled, like, "What are you talking about?" So.
Oh shit!
That's kind of implying that she didn't eat it when she was like older. So the only other explanation is that she ate it before, like especially like when she was in Marijois. But even then, I don't think that would be the case because why would Oda hide it? So I'm pausing this because Like, she is just doing shit, bro. Like, she is like if her ability was just the age fruit, she would just have Shinobu's ability just in reverse and
back
like,
and forth,
both ways, right?
Yeah.
But she doesn't. Shinobu just ages you. This Bonney can, like you said, Maud. I think Maud, you brought up such a good point about how originally we probably thought that her futures are only futures that can be possible from this exact moment. Let's say you lose your right arm and then you go in the future. You're not gonna have a right arm, right? But in Bonnie's ability, if she didn't have a right arm, and then said, "I want a future where I did have a right arm," she might be able to do that from this chapter at least. Because let's say she said, "I want a future where I ate Luffy's devil fruit." This is the Nika fruit, basically. That's kind of what happened, right? That's technically not a possibility because she has devil fruit abilities already. I'm assuming. Obviously, shout out to Blackbeard. We know that's something's possible. But we don't know exactly what.
Yeah.
My point is that there's all these weird circumstances and weird lines about possible desires, and basically, Maud. The idea was that she might have. There's a possibility she might have willed her devil fruit like to come to her. She might have really wanted it so bad and it chose her, like we've heard about devil fruits choosing people. Or she just straight up didn't eat a devil fruit because she doesn't remember eating a strange fruit, right? So
was that the last chapter?
That was the page where her devil fruit abilities revealed to Kuma and them when she's running around.
Yeah.
So there's so I just think it's like it's so many weird things and lines and just like there's some bigger picture we don't have. But yeah, that's my guess right now. I know it's crazy, but that's just what I'm thinking, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Shit is wild. Shit is actually fucking wild, bro. But yeah, because this thing about the possibilities that this has, like this, like, what if she says, "Oh, what if she, like, I want to use Kizaru's fruits"? Why couldn't she do that? Like,
honestly, based off of this panel, it's
possible.
Like almost everything is up in the air at this point because it's just like, yeah, this is beyond age fruit. Like,
yeah.
Originally, you brought up, I thought that she can pick a distorted future or like a version of her where it is in the realm of possibility or something, and she just like can choose that for herself, and be that. So that's why I thought. But this is not that. She's literally channeling another devil fruit, like literally, so. I don't know. Honestly, I'm puzzled.
It's it's like reality warping in a way.
Yeah, I think what I thought of it as, you know how people think like Luffy can literally do whatever he wants, like has his abilities, imagination. I think it's like toned down a little bit. I think this is actually what people think about when they say that shit about Luffy, like he can do whatever he wants. I think Bonney might actually be able to do whatever the fuck she wants. But I also think when it comes to that, it might be limited by how much her desire and meaning about what it is. You know what I mean? Like how much she thinks about it. Like, because the Nika thing is something very dear to her, right? And the age thing was she really wanted to be curious so she could hang out with her dad. I think those are two things that really mean a lot to her. So I don't think she could just have some random idle, desire out of nowhere and make it happen. I think that's probably the limit of her ability, that she really has to want it. But yeah, I can't think. I can't think of anything else.
Do you think in this moment her arm is made of rubber, or is it?
1,000% it is. I think 1,000% it is.
Yeah,
I think 1,000% it is. I mean, it's like moving forward. It's bigger than her left arm. Is a big tell.
Yeah.
That's true,
man.
Shit, man. This is crazy.
That's
like,
what I mean, man.
I'm trying to think about this because it's just like. Well, first of all, it brings up so much stuff in my head because she knows Luffy now, right? And we never seen her have a side panel where she's thinking about like, could he be? Nah, I don't, or something like that. Like kind of distinctly like some type of foreshadow or some type of like inclination that she's thought about Luffy's powers as rubber or stuff because Luffy's been like he's fighting in front of her, like he stretches clearly and all that other stuff. She's seen she's seen it.
She saw Gear 5, no?
I don't think she's seen Gear 5
yet. Wasn't she with them when he was fighting Lucy?
Nah, she got specific. No, she got knocked out by the bug beam saber, and then when he was fighting Kizaru, she got kicked off the lab. Very specifically.
Damn. So okay, so
that changes things.
Yeah. So that means that I can't wait to see her Luffy fight in front of her. I can't wait to see what will happen. I have to see that reaction because and maybe that might evolve her powers just because she knows like, okay, that's Nika. And so if that's how he fights, what if she just does a distorted future where she basically looks like Luffy or something? And
imagine two Joy Boys, bro.
Yeah, oh my god!
Imagine that's how they beat Saturn.
Bro, it could be, bro. Oh my god, man.
The
possibilities are just out of this world, man. So yeah, I think like the Nika stuff is man.
Bro, that's crazy.
I was wondering, like, there's so much because like we saw last chapter, we saw Kizaru and them dancing through the Nika thing, right? And then now seeing stuff like this, like, oh, bro, I'm so glad it's become more of a central focus. And Bonney, like, just think about, man, like, you read Sabaody and then you go all the way to Wano and then you learn about Nika, and like, and then you realize, just imagine then thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna have something to do with Bonney. What the fuck, man? Like, oh, that's crazy, bro.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Yo,
so wild, man.
I don't know if she has the HH fruit anymore. I think it's like it could be something different.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this is
what I want to say real quick is just that if she doesn't have a fruit, or if she doesn't have the age fruit, okay, if she has a devil fruit, I deadass think it's like the devil fruit or some crazy shit like that, or like the imagination devil fruit, or like the original devil fruit, some crazy shit. But I think straight up, because okay, think about it. There was a time where devil fruits did not exist, right? I'm imagining.
Yeah, I imagine, yeah.
Because Vegapunk said they're created from the desires of people, and I think what happened when they were created is just what Bonney is doing in the present day. She is just willing this power into existence in a sense.
Yeah.
That's what that's when I say she doesn't need a fruit, I'm saying that's what's happening. She's willing this ability into existence.
Yeah.
Because we know that's how it happened last time. That the desire for these things is what created the fruits. So we know what's happened. So I'm just saying maybe this is the case of it in the present day.
The only thing about that is like, what is the qualifications to allow you to will in a power just like that without any devil fruit whatsoever? Because Bonney can't be the only person that is as determined as she was, and as like,
this is a good point.
So that's why it's hard. Like, you would think people like Luffy, Ace, and all them would be able to do the same thing too. I just wonder why Bonney can, and if that's the case, like, and people like them just haven't been able to. Like,
I know. I really I don't think there's an answer for it right now. I really don't.
Well, I could for Luffy at the time. Remember, he wanted to become strong enough to go on Ace's ship, and then he ended up becoming the greatest pirate, whatever. So he ended up finding, right? He found the gum fruit, like. So I could see it because, especially like in the live action, it looked like it enticed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's lines like Blackbeard saying, "This devil fruit chose me."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to a legend that just joined the chat right now. Our boy, our own Bartholomew Kuma. D3, man, what's going on?
What's up?
Oh, shit.
What's good?
You came at a good time. We were discussing the end of 1101. I'm sure you've read.
Boy, I was in tears, bro. I was in tears.
just to clue in on the exact conversation we're having, we're talking about the end of the chapter where Bonney uses basically Gear 3, maybe even Gear 5. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about the possibilities. I'm positing that, bro, she might not even have a devil fruit. She might have been one of those people that simply willed her ability into existence, because we've heard about Vegapunk describing devil fruits as the potential futures for desires. Mm-hmm. And so we're just talking about stuff like that, man. What were your thoughts on the end of the chapter and Bonney using his ability, or Bonney using this ability, I should say?
Kind of caught me off guard, honestly, because they never showed anything like that.
Yep.
And honestly, her ability is a lot more freeform than they kind of give it credit for in the show and like the rest of the manga.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of excited to see where it goes with that. But I think I agree with what you're saying. Like with the will, I think she kind of willed her fruit because she wanted to be free. She wanted that sense of like freedom to be able to get out and explore. But man, that chapter hurt.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We were showing like some of the panels. She was crying about not having the letters and stuff like that.
That, man, it takes a lot for fiction to like make me upset, but I was angry when I saw the panel of her ripping up the letters every time they came, bro. I felt like
bastard, bro.
I felt like raw vindication when I saw her get just mopped by Bonnie when she was ready to leave.
That was righteous. That was a righteous aspect.
Facts.
Oh yeah.
I had brought up the fact that she gave me Dolores Umbridge vibes from Harry Potter because I hated that lady so much. So yeah, same energy. She was the worst. She was the worst.
It's F this person. I think another thing I wanted to bring up this chapter was the dragon Kuma lines. We talked about how I don't know, Dieter, I don't know if you read the official, but in the official, Kuma straight up doesn't say that. He doesn't say that like I saw this young kid in this village that you're a big fan of. He says you come to this village and you like monitor this young kid. So like, is there a connection? So he's basically saying that your behavior is what's making me question this. So basically saying that Dragon is actually looking out, like coming to Fusha to check on Luffy, which is a big change from TCB. But I think
I didn't read the official. I mean, that makes more sense why he was there in Lowtown too.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was just about to say
exactly. Huge change. But what I wanted to say about this was that I think, and obviously the Dragon line, keep going if you want to see me killed. Just showcasing that Dragon has, in a sense, given up his relationship with Luffy for the sake of the revolution of the world, and it's a lot. It's heavy, but this is a really big juxtaposition between Kuma and Dragon. Kuma is helping the world government for the sake of Bonney. The exact opposite of what Dragon's doing.
Yeah.
It's
a big like putting them in opposition.
Hey man, but I think it goes back to what Dragon said. A child is a parent's weakness.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna do what they don't want to do in order to protect their child. And I guess like Dragon doesn't have a like interpersonal relationship with Luffy, but I still feel like he has a relationship with Luffy in that sense because he's the one watching over him with, like as much as he can.
Facts.
Yeah, he definitely has been looking out for him without a shadow of a doubt, bro.
Beating the allegations, bro.
He's definitely fighting them. He's fighting them. I won't say beat them yet. But another thing I wanted to say was that the reason I think that this, because I was saying how the end of last chapter was a pretty big fake out, because I definitely thought Luffy and Kuma were going to interact somehow. But even if they didn't, this means Kuma witnessed his abilities. This means Kuma knows he's Dragon's son. So this is going to this explains why he helped Luffy in Sabaody. And even if you just think of it as the fact that he's Dragon's son, that's fine.
Yeah.
But at the end of the chapter, he tells Bonney, Nika has properties like rubber and fights however he fancies, and he watches Luffy just make up abilities,
make up moves too.
Make up moves, and like, oh, this is how I'm gonna fight, and my body's rubber. So I think, do you guys think there's a possibility that was his sign that he was Nika, or could be?
Yeah, I thought
I think so too. Like it's too coincidental. There's no way that Kuma saw all that and seen him and didn't think to himself, this is potentially Nika, or
it's a little uncanny. Like
honestly, has anyone gone back to their first interaction in the manga?
There's barely an interaction. The only words he ever says to him actually is before he sends him off. He says, "We're never gonna meet again."
Oh, okay.
But still, I think so too. I think it's like a bit low key. But yeah, that's definitely why he's helping them. And it's also very cool to see that Kuma the whole time was, looking out for the revolutionaries, behind the scenes, helping them out, but just not, baiting himself out and giving himself away, giving it away that he was helping them, so the government didn't know. Yeah. Very cool stuff. So it's good to see Kuma's whole, just Kuma being there the whole time, and it's just really dope. I wonder what more we're gonna see. On the topic of Bonney, I thought we might see like more next chapter of Bonney. It seems like we're gonna switch sides and see Bonnie's journey, but it kind of seems like the narrative is like Loki skipping over her ride to Sabaody. Is that the view? Is that just the vibe you guys got from the last few panels?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get like all that. I don't know. If we do, it's going to be very far few in between. It's going to be like very important points to like to how she got there and what her goal was, because she was there to get, because if I'm trying to remember back when she first got on Sabaody, and because we all know most of the supernovas were trying to get to the New World, and that was just the pit stop. And when she was there, I'm trying to remember, was she talking about declaring for the New World, or was she like talking about like, did she say something along the lines of like special person, or I need to.
It's the only inclination we get of what she wants to do is after Marineford, when she's crying after watching it and saying it's all someone's fault, and we don't know what the fault is. We don't know who that person is. Obviously, it's Vegapunk, by the way, who took Kuma's will away, and then after we see that Blackbeard captures her, and then Akainu brings her to the world government. So it seems like her whole goal the whole time was to get to Vegapunk.
Okay, got it. So then, if that's the case, then that means we probably don't need to see much of her adventure then, because if she's looking for her father and this whole time she felt like unless there was something on her adventure in between Sabaody and right here that led her to believe that Vegapunk is responsible, or unless she right here at the start of her journey decided to go to Vegapunk to see what's going on. Either way, I don't think we need to see too much of her journey.
I don't disagree at all.
They could do like a quick montage, a few panels of her going to certain places.
I really want to see once Akainu captures her, what happens then. What we know is that she escaped from Rijwa without her crew. But where were they? Were they in Rijwa? Were they just slaves? Like, what was going on? Yeah. I do want to know what happened there between in the time skip basically. I think that's going to be important. I think we're going to see. I wonder if we see Kuma's view of Sabaody and like through the bark and stuff.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be dope. If we revisited all those places, but from Kuma's perspective, that'd be kind of sick.
Yeah,
I won't lie.
That would be absolutely dope, bro.
Yeah, but I really want to know if Bonney can do this stuff, because y'all remember when Kizaru, when she tried to come at Kizaru and stuff like that. Most of the time she's just turning people into kids or elderly people, and we thought at first that's what her abilities are capable of, and we thought that was like busted. But if she can do stuff like this, and mind you, when she took off right here, it was like 2 years or 1 year or whatever before Luffy's journey, meaning that she had a little bit more time with her powers. I guess that's how she learned that she could turn other people older or younger or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you just wouldn't think that she that's all she does based on seeing this panel, and then going back to the Kizaru fights, and Bonney came at him, and you know what I mean? That's all she did. Where I'm like, where's this at?
Yeah, I agree. Where was this, bro? where was Gear 3, bro?
Right.
Yeah. I feel you. Maybe that's another thing actually I was thinking about with last chapter specifically, where when you reread Egghead and you see Kizaru versus Tentamaru and Kizaru kicking Bonney, and then you think about the scenes where they were eating pizza and dancing, it definitely hits a bit hard. So maybe she didn't want to go insanely all out. Obviously, she probably wouldn't beat him either way, no matter what. But I could see that, maybe she just wanted to.
Yeah, where's the attempts?
Yeah, give it a try. Kizaru's a fucking monster. But yeah, well, maybe I bet Oda was hiding it so that we could see it here. I'm sure.
Or also you gotta think from the perspective of a child too. She's literally still a child, so she might not be able to get over that emotional connection. If she was with Kizaru, yeah, she's with Kizaru this whole time. She's like, wow, that's my uncle. I don't want to put hands on my uncle. And
that's why she was able to put hands on the Gorosei real quick.
Yeah, she's like, fuck them. I don't.
Yeah.
And it also brings to perspective why everyone is so soft on her. Every Kizaru, Saturn, everybody, even Saturn of all people.
Yeah. You mentioned
kind of soft.
Kid. Yeah.
And Vegapunk is yelling at the top of his lungs, "She's just a kid." And okay. So
I think that really puts in perspective where we left off in the present day Egghead. Bro, this guy wants these niggas to shoot her in the head, bro.
Yep.
This guy's a bastard, bro. These Gorosei niggas, fuck the world government, man. But yeah, and there's a lot to say about Bonney, how strong she is for her age. She took out a CP8 member at the age of 10 or 9.
Knocked him out. Straight up.
This is crazy. Yeah. And at the age of 12 or however old she is now, she stopped Luffy's attack on the pacifista. I think that's a huge thing to do. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yes.
I think it's mad strong for
That's
her
true.
age. It
That's
is
true.
it is wild,
It's
bro.
super
So
impressive.
yeah. It's bro. The final saga. This flashback has just been the craziest shit ever, man.
It is. Yo, YHuss, real quick. So I found
Awesome,
the
bro.
page. It was chapter 1099, where you see her running, and
Yeah.
they're like, "That was Bonney," and then, "What was that transformation? Did you eat a devil fruit? When?" And then like she has the question mark. So
He just looks puzzled. Yeah.
She's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, so
So yeah, I think that kind of that little panel to me makes me think she didn't eat a devil fruit consciously, like when she was older. Obviously she still could have eaten it with Ginny as a kid, as a
Yeah.
baby, but I think if Oda's hiding it, he's hiding it for a reason.
Do you think?
Ooh.
Let's say hypothetically, it's true that she did eat a devil fruit and she just willed this power, her powers to existence. Do you think that she could still swim?
No, I think we know she can't because again, and I thought about this. I'm glad you brought this up because I was thought about this yesterday, the other day, and then it kind of made me abandon the idea because we know she can't swim.
Oh yeah, she can't because
Jimmy had to save them all. But I thought about it and I went back to what Vegapunk said about the endless the devil fruits are the balanced imagination, potential futures, blah blah blah, and it just said because of their unnatural abilities, the mother the sea or whatever hates them and makes so that they can't swim. So it seems like having the ability is what triggers you not to be able to swim.
Yeah.
Because
you've seen.
So I think either way, I think So either way, I think you would not be able to swim if you had the ability without a fruit or with a fruit. And also, technically, we know someone who got a devil fruit ability without eating a fruit. They ate a person. It was Big Mom.
Yeah.
True.
There are ways.
Yo. Stay with me for this 20 piece real quick.
Hear it, man.
Oh no! Oh
So,
no!
We're already in two piece realm, low key. I don't think it's 2 piece, but you know what I mean.
Oh well, I'm going definitely higher. So we know that Jenny was masterful at finding out fucking information, right?
She was.
Yes.
I don't see how a celestial dragon would just let her just go, even though with the sickness they would still see her as her property. What if she was on the run because she fucking found one of the fruits from that war that wasn't eaten, right? Was with whoever won the celestial, like the celestial dragon that kidnapped her, won the thing. I'm just assuming, right? And what if she stole that fruit and gave that to Bonney, and it's like the reality fruit or some type of shit? That's what she's able to.
I don't think that's crazy. I think because another big mystery that wasn't really explained was how Doflamingo specifically got Ace's fruit. Like it seemed almost targeted. That he had Ace's fruit and he could then force Luffy to enter the Coliseum. So and obviously Doflamingo has Celestial Dragon ties. So there's some question marks. I don't think that's too ham. But I just think because if she ate, think about it like this: if she ate a devil fruit as a baby, who's gonna tell us? Not Ginny, respectfully.
No, exactly. That's what we.
Bonnie was a baby.
That's why she wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? Like
she wouldn't know. But how would we end up knowing? Is my question.
Well, that's if we
revealed through
Jenny.
Either through a celestial dragon or through like some type of.
Oh, that's true. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Whoever maybe it really is Saturn who's their father. That's cursed.
That would be I hate that idea. Crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm on. Yo, you're on 20 piece. You said I just got like a 30 piece idea.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So you know how the moon. So maybe devil fruits are like what Vegapunk said that they're a product of science, but people will them into existence or whatever. Maybe the original powers of the devil fruits come from either a lot of humanity as a whole in the sense of like
collective conscious type shit.
Either collective, well, not necessarily collective conscious, but like, first of all, did you guys ever watch a show called? Did you guys ever watch CW show Lucifer?
Yeah,
I have not.
You have, Mysta?
Yep.
So then you know that the spoilers alert. Spoiler alert.
I don't give a go ahead, bro. I don't care.
But you know that the aliens, not the aliens, but the angels of of that series, they can basically kind of will their power, so to speak, or not necessarily will, but more like manifest through self-determination and self-affliction.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like, if I don't feel like I'm an angel, I won't be, and their powers make it as such. And I'm just thinking maybe they're One Piece characters that are the same,
Okay.
where they can will everything, and then once they pass or whatever, their souls go into devil fruits or whatever, and that's how.
I like that idea.
Yeah, and maybe those people are just like a race of people that were originally not from Earth, but they could have been from either another potential planet or like the moon or something like that, because we know those moon ties, like there's ancient people on the moon that and there's been many theories about the moon people. I've seen some about how there are moon people that came from there to the Earth, and those became what the inhabitants of are now. So mostly
we know some of them, like Skypia, the Burkins, Indians,
Lunarians.
Right? They're literally called Lunarians. Yeah, like yeah. So that definitely is the case for that. They exist. So these people are the progenitors of this ability to create a devil fruit.
Yeah,
create the ability. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I think that could be a case, because what if it is the case that all this is just the product of another race of people? Yeah. And that would make it scientific, because we know it's distinctly within a race of people that's able to will their abilities together. Could be also the fact that the clan of the Willa D, people like Joy Boy or whatever, could have been a part of one of these ancient groups of races of people that was able to do that, and Joy Boy was at some point able to will his powers into being rubber, and it could have been something as childish as, like, I don't know, he could have saw rubber and had a rubber band, start stretching it out, messing with it, playing with it, doing it. But how, like, I seen where you could take a rubber band and, like, basically make it to whatever, like, with your fingers or whatever. Like, he probably enjoyed all that and was like, this is pretty cool. I want this. And boom. He was able to, will himself into being rubber and have all the imagination that you get with, like, a rubber band per se.
Yeah.
I fuck with the idea. I was thinking, like, something I brought up, or my buddy said I brought up a few chapters ago, was that what if the crime of the Buccaneers? Well, we know it has something to do with Nika, and we know what did the Buccaneers do? They keep the legend alive. They're the ones telling people about Nika and his abilities, and that he'll save people from oppression and prison and slavery and stuff. So what if this belief is what keeps the devil fruit, the gum fruit, alive, and it keeps making it reincarnate? And maybe Kuma's closeness with Bonney is what gave her the ability to do this. I don't know. That's shooting for the stars, but that's all I can think of. I mean, there's something that makes Bonney special. I agree with you.
Yeah. My boy did bring up, like, what if they used some of Kuma's blood to transfer to Bonney during her treatment? That's why she had, like,
stem cells and shit.
Yeah, like, that's why she had, like, a Kuma form in a way.
She did do the age thing before that, though.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, okay, I don't think that's the case anymore. But it was an idea at first until this chapter came out.
Yeah. And I do, like, before this chapter, I definitely was with the Buccaneer form of her, like her distorted feature, her muscle form. Yeah. I was not sure it was a Buccaneer. Now it's so obviously a Buccaneer.
Yeah. Also, real quick, we think Whitebeard's a Buccaneer, right? Possibly. Because I know that there's a lot of similarities with the height with him, Kuma, and, like, their facial features are very similar.
And especially when you see Weevil. Weevil really has the shape, like the broad shoulders, tiny legs and shit. I can see it.
Maybe.
But if Weevil's a Buccaneer, and they know they think Whitebeard was one, then again they wouldn't call the race extinct.
True.
Yeah,
unless
true.
They don't count clones and they know he's a clone or something like that.
True. Okay, that's a good point.
But yeah, this is just an absolutely insane chapter. I can't think of much more to say. You guys have any other thoughts?
Not exactly. I'm
Yeah, random Dusty appearance. I will say she didn't really
Yeah,
do
it
too
was
much.
mad random.
I'm not mad at it.
Not
Just-
too random because I mean we know her ties with Vegapunk.
Yeah, it also kind of fills in a hole of like where she was. You know what I mean? And also when they called her, we're like, "Yo, can you help us?" when versus Lucci, that was a weird. I feel like if you go back and read that page, it's so weird that like they thought she wouldn't for a second. You know what I mean? Like they call her and then they're like, "Yo, can you help us?" And then she's like, "Obviously." And they're like, "Oh shit!" She said yes. It's like, why are you surprised?
Right.
Maybe they thought she's on her Kizaru shit, and her job is more important than her ties.
Yeah, but
man,
man,
just a fire chapter. Yeah, like D3 said, really emotional. The goat Kuma doing his thing. Kuma just keeps becoming more of a goat. It's crazy.
Every chapter. Yeah. I need to get a Kuma figure, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I need to.
No, absolutely. Man.
I need to get.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm really happy to see Dragon characterization.
Yes.
Like people kind of clown on him for being a ... character this flashback. But this page really gave me a lot of like, okay, we got some of his finally we got some of his thought process on his relationship with Luffy and stuff like that. And obviously now we know that he was really looking out for him. So and obviously the goat Luffy in here. What a fucking chapter, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm just excited to see where it goes from here, man. Like,
I know, man.
This final saga has just been every time a chapter comes out, I'm just sitting there like an addict, bro. Just like I need the next one, bro. I need the next one.
Especially the end of last week's where he's in front of Luffy. I was like, no way they're gonna talk. But then again, this chapter ends in an even crazier way with her using a completely foreign ability, right? So just crazy stuff, man. And honestly, I think on that note, Mysta, you might want to take it away, bro.
Yes, D3, thank you for joining us.
I know it's just a couple minutes, but I got to church early, so one day.
Hey,
that was a pleasure, bro.
Nice surprise, bro.
Facts.
Our Captain Cali Mac, you'll feel better, brother. We will see you hopefully next week. There is a break in the chapter, right? In the manga next week.
Yeah, there's no chapter.
Yeah.
So
we'll find something to talk about.
Yeah, we'll definitely will. We got 10 more episodes till episode 100. Stay tuned. We have announcements. We'll figure something out. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. You guys all be safe, be healthy, share some love because there's not enough love in this world. And with that being said, y'all have a great evening. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Strawhat sit down crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mysta, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We